You've seen loads of new vampires and undead models recently, but it wasn't everything. Alright. Alright, let's see. Rule the night. Well, I already do, but... I'm ready. I'm so fucking ready. Give it to me. Yeah. Yes! New direwolves! And here we are. The Gam King. Oh. Ah! Yes! You're allowed to be wrong sometimes, Dr. Darkmatch. Alright. Lauka Vai, the mother of nightmares. Once more, I bet you the depth on this is just sick as hell. But she's not called the mother of hugs and good feelsies. She's called the mother of nightmares. Vampires of the Avangori dynasty seek to slake their thirst on the very largest and strongest prey, and they're led to battle by Lauka Vai. Her twisted body rears up high over the battlefield, the splendor and horror of her form representing the darkly irresistible nature of the Soulblight Gravelords. Lauka Vai makes the perfect centerpiece to your collection, and we can't wait to see how people paint her up. So, I like it, and here's why. Everyone knew I was going to like it, though, so that's not controversial. First and foremost, this silhouette is sick as hell. We have, like, this fucking crescent that it paints here, like a fucking gnarly moon. Awesome. You also have the idea of a grasping claw or a grasping hand in that silhouette. Like, you are being gripped by, you are about to be grabbed by this visage. The detail is so top-heavy, purposefully, that your eye is going to naturally be drawn to it before it, like, takes in the rest. You're going to see silhouette, you're going to see details, and then you're going to, like, travel around the model. And awesome. But here's why I love it. So, imagine you are walking home at night, tonight. It's dark out behind me, you can see. So you're walking home tonight, and you see off in the distance, you like see like a woman, and like is she like riding a horse? Is she on a bike or something like that? By the time she is upon you, you see her sort of like writhe up, almost like a centipede, just unnatural how her body just contorts and moves, as it's the movement that gives it away first. Not the visage, you can't make it out, it's too far away. You maybe catch the silhouette of the hand, but, like, that was a trick of the shadow. It's the movement that throws you off first, because something like this would move so unnaturally. You're like, that's not somebody riding something. That's unreal. It starts doing Ringu, jerking, nasty motions, and then by the time you realize that it's not a person on a mount, or a person, like, really tall human, like, it's too late. The true Cthulhian horror of the moment has gripped you, as foreshadowed by the claw sort of silhouette you saw. It's awesome. I don't want my fucking happy, pretty vampires that sparkle in the fucking sunlight, Twilight style. I want macabre, gruesome horrors. I love it. I love it so much. I love that it went too weird. I love that the artist didn't know when to stop and made this. You can't change my mind on her whatsoever. She's perfect. A perfect nightmare. There's your tagline. Lauka Vai is a perfect nightmare. Like, and there's a art from the, I think someone from the Mortal Realms shared it. I'm not going to be able to find it quickly, am I? Was it Paul? Like, you talk about 2s and 9s. I'm a 9. You can't stop me from loving this model. Nothing you say. You're allowed to your wrong opinion. Feel free to, like, try to pan it. You'll only make it seem cooler to me. Like, there had to be somebody in the, like, drafting room where they're like, who the hell is this model for? Mephisto. That's who it's for. I can't find it. Bucks beat the Rockets, by the way. I know you were all at the edge of your seat. Again, like, even you can see here, like, the blues carried up from this torso here. And it's one of those things where, like, I can't wait to see it in person because I want to see the depth and the details. The longer I stare at it, the more I notice. Somebody, like, I think I am actually James Workshop. Just saying, W. Soren sus. Possibly. Hideous amalgamation of bat, drake, and humanoid body, Vai is nevertheless possessed with a sliver of self-control and even conscience. She remembers the pride she felt as a fierce warrior queen, and she hasn't allowed herself to succumb completely to her instincts. A Vangorian lord. So here's the thing. I will be, whether I'm running a Vangorian lord or Lauka Vai, I will be building the Lauka Vai variant. We talked about that, like, silhouette of the claw, you know, clutching. This silhouette is excellent. The forward extension of the blade is great. The grip of the little sort of rosary here. All this, the movement this model has, is excellent. The generic one is the one I have a problem with. The way it's twisted on its torso doesn't... It kind of ruins that silhouette for me. You lose any forward movement in the model. Now it's stagnant. It's almost going backwards. And I don't like that. Like, it needs to be this looming horror. It's already too late. You're already in the grip, right? This doesn't quite do it for me. Like, the zoomed in, like, this guy, this torso, I hope it's different enough. Maybe it won't be. I hope that this is just a second torso, because this I will put as, like, a vampire lord on foot. This here. Because this is sweet. The way it's contorted sideways, also unnatural, but that silhouette that we're losing. That claw grip, right? Now we have too many protrusions here, but also we're losing that forward movement of the model. Yeah, this... Hopefully the way this kit is together, it's not just a head, because this would have to technically be affixed differently, correct? Like, Hopefully I get this whole thing as a separate set. It's got a different... Yeah, it's got different iconography on the chest here. So this, theoretically, I should just have extra, and then I just find some legs. Like, this isn't even a problem. I build Lauka Vai, because she's awesome. And then I have a nice little extra bit for my Vampire Lord on foot, which I will build 2 of. Because I'm still in love with the core Vampire Lord on foot. But yeah, I love Lauka Vai, the Mother of Nightmare. She's not called the Mother of Feelsies or the Mothers of Cares, what the fuck you think. She is nightmarish and excellent. Like, I have had fever dreams this good. This horrible, I mean. This horrible. I don't play Death because it's cuddly. I play Death because it's gnarly and gruesome. It speaks to the inner demons I personally have. This speaks to me. It says it's too late. I love it. I love Lauka Vai. But now we get to the S tier. This fucking model. This fucking Frank Frazetta power pose. He even has the, like, little, like, subservient figures draped, like... Let's see if we can find, Frank Frazetta has some, pretty nude art. So let's see if I can't find some Frank Frazetta, like, classic covers. Too small. Yeah, we're good. Behold, Frazetta art. Many of you are familiar. Some of you are not. These fucking just power poses. Fucking atop corpse mountains with, like, with babes draped all around him. Conquering the teeming masses below. There was one that I thought looked in particular like immediately Frazetta. Like, just, like, just little, like, little Griblies around it. Like, the Frank Frazetta power is mighty. Like, I like, you know, could upgrade, maybe could upgrade his Vampire Bride. I didn't get the, like, this one back here is just like, yes, my lord. Like, it's so fucking good. This model. Catacross has been winning the power pose game for so long that it's not even funny. No other model in the Age of Sigmar range has struck the power pose Catacross has. Catacross, the way he's standing there, like, with the shield just kind of, like, off to the side, and he is, like, looking beyond his own base and off to the side, like this man doesn't give a shit. Like, and then Catacross has all these, like, things around him that are, like, telling various stories of the base and so on and so forth. Like, he's striking such a power pose. Like, Catacross's model isn't just in command of his base, he's in command of the army of the battlefield you place him on. That's how good it is. But then, like, we get this man. He is in control in a different way. Like, these models don't serve him the way Catacross's models serve him on the base. They cower. They bay at him. They just, these little dudes. It's awesome. Like, Note he's not holding the hand out to drip the blood deliberately into the cup. Like, he's just letting it drip, and, like, he doesn't care that one of his random servants is just coming up to, like, sup the, like, leftovers. I could almost imagine this model kicking this thing in the next scene, you know? This is a fucking freeze frame, a still from a comic book, like, frame. And the next frame would be of him kicking that and barking some order at that one to the other side. Like, this Radiker, or Radical as I like to call him, is fully in control. Like, he not only didn't skip leg day, he invented leg day. like this fucking model, man. Like, what's better than standing on a rock? A fucking downed tree. This is a recently downed tree, too, by the way. We can tell from, like, the way it's broken, so really good detail here. Well, that's the thing, is, like, you dunked on him in Curse City, and then you sat there, like, why is the music still playing? Why is the boss music still playing? And then fucking Phase 2, fucking Radiker the Beast shows up. And he did the dunking. Please be a Gotrek. Please be a Gotrek. Just, I don't care if I can never get this model to where it belongs, as long as it murders whatever it runs into. Like, it should just delete whatever it fights. That's what this model says. Like, Katakros is a battlefield controller. That's what all the abilities are. Take a command point away from somebody. Like, put a -1 there. Commands the battlefield. Radiker should command that ass and kick it. This model is... Oh! Like, I gotta see it in person. Yeah, I don't know. The woven shoulder pad is just next level detailing. Big fan. I gotta see it in person. But, I mean, it's like, this and Katakros are at the very, very top of my list. Finally. Like, this is what I needed. I didn't know it. Yeah, great details. Like, this was actually pretty cool. Cool little, like, minion. Cautious, awaiting orders, you know, looking up. Yeah, it was going to be a not even my... Yeah. Alright. Belladama Volga, first of the Virkos. She has 2 nicknames I've seen going around the internet. First of them is, what was it, Babushka Pyre. And the second one is the Grampire. I love Grampire, not gonna lie. Big fan, huge fan of this model. Like, riding side saddle for both ability to be prim and proper, but also, look at these feet, ready to leap off and freaking murk you. Another great shoulder pad game. Babushka Pyre ain't fucking around. Could have been. Step Hunter dad and daughter would have been CC expansion 2. Yeah, could have been. I mean, we'll never know. I still think that they might do a stealth release for, like, Christmas or something. But big fan of this model. I like that we're seeing some delineation in the um we're seeing some delineation in the vampire like bloodlines, you know? So we have like our like, you know, sort of horror like must be kind of these Evangori must be the Strigoi. We're kind of replacing our Strigoi. We have our like sort of feral wolfy kind of bloodline. We've got our classic high gothic. Yeah, these like little wolf vampire troops here. All right, direwolves, new direwolf sculpts. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't really know what more I can say about them. Finally, thank you. They're direwolves. They look gruesome. They look pretty gnarly. We're standing on a rock. Um, 1,000 Fenrisian wolves howled in remorse as they all got replaced across every Death Army's entire collection. Lots of like gnarly detail. These are going to be fun to paint. These just look fun to paint. Like, enough said. Fucking bird friend. Yeah. I mean, these ones actually strike a little guttural feeling. Like they actually kind of hit like some sort of primal feeling inside me where I'm like, ooh. Like, gnarly. Super gnarly. Yeah. Later Fenrisian wolves, just all the Fenrisian wolves across all of Age of Sigmar and part of Warhammer 40k all cried as they were replaced. We get a good like glam shot of the army. Um, looks like we might not be getting our our new zombie dragon sculpt after all. They said conflicting information during the show. That yeah, corpse cart hanging out. Where was it? Down here. I gotta find mine. Um, you know, we've got some dire bats. We got this is a terror geist here. And then we've got some crypt, some random these would be crypt flayers, right? Are the flying ones? Which is interesting. Milady here in the front, still one of my like. She doesn't get enough respect. The just vampire lord on foot that they released, she doesn't get enough respect. This model's great. Now that I see it from a different angle, she is completely looming forward on that base, which I love. Unnatural, as if she's just coalesced into existence atop the rocky perch. All right. I mean, I guess that's it. Yeah, Age of Sigmar models are just fucking top notch. Well, they're not confined to like literally 40-year-old sensibilities. You know, Age of Sigmar gets to actually reinvent the wheel, you know? Uh they get to explore new creative spaces and new creative ideas. 40k is forced to look like 40k. It's forced to look like a property from the 80s. If it delineates too far from it, they alienate their player base. Like, Space Marines have to look like Space Marines, which means they have to look like the chubby little bulbous idiots from the freaking 80s. They're forced to look like that. They've tried to make them more sleek and like dynamic and interesting. Um, Happy to see these zombies aren't all chained to their headstones, which was my big critique of them in the Cursed City box. So, a little bit more dynamicism. I like that. Direwolves are sick. Yeah, Malarian slash Malekith, like, we think he's coming. So yeah, there we go. Reset it. I knew I had to do a defense of this model of Lauka Vai. Uh, People are simply wrong on the internet about her. She's fantastic. Um, the warband is great. Like every one of those models is excellent. Each one is supposed to be kind of like one of the bloodlines, which is what makes that warband pretty great. Radiker is just a showstopper for me. Absolute showstopper. Um, the Grampire is great. If Radiker weren't printed, the Grampire is probably my favorite in the range. I mean, I kind of go back. I kind of go back and forth between her and Lauka Vai depending on what I'm focusing on. So that's a sign of a good army to me, honestly. Direwolves about fucking time. Thank you. Every undeath player in the world rejoices. One moment. I don't even have my old direwolves in my case. I was going to grab a couple of them. They're still on rectangle basis and everything. She's gnarly and awesome. The mother of nightmares. Again, low-key, big shout-outs to our original, like, potato can pick. Like, she's awesome. I can't wait for this army. I'm gonna watch the video one more time.